Started. A really warm welcome to yet another session of Employee Center Academy. As you all know, this is a monthly session, and I'm super excited to have you all join these calls with me and the team here. Before we get started, a little bit of like introduction, like if you have not attended the academy before this, so of course, welcome. But we record these sessions. We make the recordings as well as the Q&A and the slides available on community. You can see the bit.ly link on the slide and also a QR code, and we will share the full URL via chat shortly. I highly recommend you, irrespective of where you are in your journey, to go and review the previous sessions. We recently updated this page to make it easier for you to find sessions. You would say things around how to improve performance, how do you deploy in multiple phases, topics like employee news, search configurations. There are many, many good topics that you can leverage, irrespective of where you are. So I recommend you to just go and review those topics. And again, this is a monthly series. So we are back every month with a new topic on this. Some ground rules. This is a session that we have designed for you to learn about the features. And we really appreciate it when you're asking questions and interacting with us. I love to see people posting comments on chat. You should be able to use the blue bar on top and make sure that you can chat with everyone. So we have enabled that. So please make sure that you are moving to everyone whenever you're adding comments on chat, and then use the Q&A panel for questions. The topic for today is our brand new capability, the kiosk experience that we have built for deskless workers. We will start with a broad view of what is our vision and strategy while working with deskless workers experience. We'll talk about the key use cases that we have delivered via the kiosk experience as of today. We'll do a live demo, and then we will, of course, have a lot of time for Q&A. Just to introduce myself, my name is Pooja Gupta. I lead the outbound product management team within the Unified Employee Experience product suite. This is the team that built the Employee Center Pro, and all the other related capabilities that you just saw the video on. Joining with me are two of our esteemed colleagues of the same team. There's Smriti Gupta, who will be doing the demo. She'll introduce herself when she starts talking. And we also have Shobit, who played a really key role in actually building these capabilities along with our engineering and design team. So great set of panelists who will help answer all your questions. We also have additional members from our team. So please make full use of this time. So let's start with an introduction to deskless workers. Now, this is a term that we are using. You may be using terms like frontline workers. We have heard things like apron on, apron off. So there are multiple different terms that are used to define what we are calling a deskless worker. So our definition for deskless worker is essentially an employee who is typically not sitting in front of a desk or using a computer to perform his or her job. And as of today, many of the organizations consider retail, manufacturing, construction, they have quite a heavy set of what we call shift workers or deskless workers who are not sitting in front of a laptop or a computer. So how do we serve these employees is a question. And what we found when we researched across different customers that we have and organizations that we work with, we realized that corporate support teams on one end are struggling with disconnection between, like, not able to reach these workers in a unified way. There are silos across department. There is so much manual processes that there is a slow turnaround to these requests. And then even when there are there are some tools that they're trying to deploy to get these workers, for example, your portal, there is often low adoption of those tools, and there is a growing skills gap, which makes it very difficult for these workers to actually start engaging with the organization in a scalable manner. Um, if you look at the deskless workers themselves, they are often like disconnected because they don't have a company provided device. They don't have a laptop. They don't have a computer that they're working out of. They may or may not have a smartphone. And even if they do, it is typically not the one provided by the organization. They are often relying on manual processes or their managers to get their stuff done, and the communications are often based on flyers or um, sent through unions to them. So it's very like it's there's a lot of frustration, and there is no easy answers to solve for this. And that is essentially because if you look at the deskless workers, they look very different depending on the role. Even if you just look at manufacturing, this was built out of one of our customers, and if we just look at their deskless workers, the variety of deskless workers that they describe in their workflows is so high. And each of these roles in the deskless worker space varies in terms of how much access they have to a company device. Some of them carry a company issued Zebra device or a mobile phone. Some of them are actually part of unions. Some of them are always on the move. The others maybe just have 5 to 10 minutes break when they can actually request for a service or support. So their conditions that they work out of and the constraints and the needs that they have vary a lot. So it becomes difficult for the organization to serve. So what's our strategy? So our vision first is that we want all deskless workers to self-serve. And this is important because it will improve the employee experience of these deskless workers. It will improve their retention and their happiness with the organization. But at the same time, it will lead to a lot of operational efficiency in terms of the support organizations who are trying to help these workers, and also the productivity of the places where they are working and the job that they are doing. And the two values that we have honed on to actually deliver on our vision is that we want to provide tailored and guided experiences that focus on relevancy and speed. And this is important because, like the things that I was describing, that the persona of deskless workers varies. So the experience that we are providing needs to be tailored and guided because they don't always have that much time. And then access to the right channel at the right time is the other thing that will be super important. So um, as you will hear me talk, and others on the call here talk, you will see that one of the key values, or like one of the key methods that we're doing, is like we are providing we're meeting where workers are. We also, you might have heard this, we're meeting where employees are with an omni-channel experience. So it's portal, mobile, kiosk, voice, SMS. There are all these different channels available to engage deskless workers. And we want to focus on specific use cases that is relevant for that channel. So if it is a kiosk, is it shifts? Is it time off? Is it pay? And then we're thirdly focused on simplifying the authentication and providing guided help. So you will see, keep this view and vision in mind as we talk through the capabilities and do the demo today. So first one, meeting employees and managers where they are. So if you are working with, if you're any organization, it's very difficult to have 100% deskless workers. You probably have some workers who are sitting in your corporate office maybe and are sitting on a desk. Maybe the portal view is perfect for them. So Employee Center or Employee Center Pro would be what you would build for an employee who is desk-based. For an employee on the move who may be desk-based for part of his time or her time, but is on the move most of the time, the mobile experience works really well. And now we have built a kiosk-based experience, which is what we will talk about. You can see a screenshot of it, but I'll go deeper into it. This is more for people who are on site, do not have access to a mobile device, are maybe using shared workstations. Could it be it could be a shared computer that is in their break area, or it is an iPad that is floating around for people to request and place their request on. And then last but not the least, if you think about this frame of meeting employees and managers where they are, we also have integrations with conversational interfaces like Teams, WhatsApp, SMS to actually be able to provide proactive notifications and being able to support via those channels as well. Diving deeper into the kiosk experience, one of the things that we have seen, and as part of our research, is employees are often reluctant to download a personal company app on their personal device. Even if they do download, there is often a big setup time, which affects adoption of the company app. The portal is again like too complex, too much information because it is focused on a desk-based worker who has a lot of other things going on beyond just the main things that the frontline associate or a deskless worker would care about. So that is the thought that we have built the kiosk experience. It's designed to be mobile responsive. So it is actually a mobile web. It's actually a web-based experience, sorry. So it could be rendered on a kiosk, it could be rendered on a laptop or a computer. It could be also accessed via a personal device using the browser. And as you will see me walk through this, the design of this is really simplified and it is focused on the use cases that a frontline worker or a factory employee or a deskless worker would care about. So things like requesting time off. I want to change my shift. I want to ask an HR question. Typically, these folks are not owning an IT device. So there are not that many IT support requests, but these are the use cases that are really important for them. And at the same time, communications, for example, closures or new policies that are being rolled out, being able to stay updated with them, being able to engage by having communications like happy anniversary, happy birthday, are other things that this experience would offer. Now, the authentication question comes up quite a lot. And the good news is ServiceNow actually has quite a few different options to authenticate users, whether it is on a company issued device, whatever laptop, iPad, or whatever, or even a worker-owned device. I'm not going to go through all of these, but if you would squish and see, there are certificate-based authentications, which are typically used for like a badge. So if you have a smart badge, you can use that. There are one-time passwords which could be shared via SMS or emails. There is biometric, there is passkey, and there are quite a few other options that are available. Now, these options are not necessary just for the kiosk experience. You could use this to navigate the user into any of these different experiences. So web-based, which would essentially be the portals, that is Employee Center Pro, or Kiosk. You could even use any of these to authenticate for the conversational experiences, even the mobile. So I would encourage you to just explore these and just like walk away with this that, irrespective of what your requirements are, I'm pretty sure that we have a way to authenticate. Um, One more thing that is not on this slide is we also have something called adaptive authentication, which would say the user is joining, let's say, logging in from a personal device or a worker device, company device, and you have additional parameters like location that they are dialing in from, or the kind of device that they are dialing in, and you can define how much of the access you want to give. You want to give full access, you want to give like partial access. So there is also options like that, which I would encourage you to explore. The common question that I know might be on top of the mind for people who are here is How is this licensed? So this is actually available with an Employee Center Pro license, irrespective of how you license Employee Center Pro. Is it a standalone or with HRSD or any of our other products? Um, if you have an Employee Center Pro license, you are licensed for the kiosk-based experience as well. It is shipped via a separate ServiceNow store application called the Employee Center Pro Kiosk. And the time off and the shift experiences actually are based out of an integration with UKG Chronos and Twilio, which we have built. But of course, if you have other systems that you're using, you could build those integrations on your own and leverage the experience that we have built. The first time that this was released was in May of this year. We have enhanced it in August. So if you're starting to deploy it now, I would recommend starting with the August release. And then we do plan to have additional releases this year and also next year. So let's dive a little bit more into the use cases. So first and foremost, if you, when you will see the demo as well, you will see that we have simplified the homepage a lot, and we have also simplified topic pages. So yes, topic pages are available on Kiosk. You would see there is no mega menu to keep the homepage simple, but the topic pages are actually available by browse help content, which is on the central or middle part of the homepage. What the homepage focuses on is actually direct access to the key use cases. And based on our research, the key use cases are to be able to view the work schedule, view their time off balances, and being able to request changes in any of these. We also want to make sure that the support that they need is front and foremost, is front and central to their experience. So you will see that get support widget on the homepage. And this is also where we actually have something called guided self-service, which I will talk about shortly. There's, of course, communications, which would be targeted to an individual, which could be targeted to an individual worker. There is feedback. So like Employee Center Pro comes with feedback workflows. So we will have those like in the moment feedback capabilities available on Kiosk too, as well as personalization capabilities like favorites. You will see all of this in the demos. I'm not spending too much time. The shift and time off, we have actually built native experiences for Kiosk, a full page experience. So this would be via the profile page. It will also be accessed directly from the homepage. But you can see that it's a very engaging view of, let's say, just shift. You can review it for your day. You can review it for your week, for month. This is where you'll be able to request shift changes as well. Then on the left, you see the time off. Again, you can review it as of today, as of future, depending on number of hours that you will be working, given your schedule. This detail can be reviewed and see to showcase how much time I have left for time off. Now, again, this is based on Chronos integrations. And then we will be extending those integrations to support both the request time off and request shift swaps as well. But if you're using any other system, you could use this experience with the data coming in from the other system. This is the guided self-service experience that we were talking about. It is actually a Q&A based experience. So if you think about certain use cases which are really complex and are often served either by a really complex article which is long, talks about different scenarios. If you're asking about A, then this is what it is. If you're asking about B, then this is what it is. And it becomes very difficult to navigate for especially those who are time pressed, or there are 4 or 5 different catalog items that could be potentially the answer for what I'm looking for. So being able to identify the right catalog item is often tough. So this guided experience is specially designed for those use cases, and it is, touch friendly. You can the system will guide you to through a set of questions, and you can just pick the right option to actually be navigated into a knowledge article, a catalog item, and as of November, it's coming. You can also just give instructions directly here that here's what you need to know. These experiences could be prompted directly from the homepage, something that, like a time off request is very common, or it could also be placed on a particular topic page to make sure that the topic, the support topic that is relevant for that topic page is highlighted. Now, another thing that is really important when it comes to working with deskless workers is that they're time pressed, and sometimes they don't have the time to read the entire article and digest it in in the time that they have on that kiosk or that shared device. So we've now enabled the ability for the organization to allow the article, the schedule, to be sent as an SMS or as an email. Of course, these both the mobile number and the email will have to be registered with ServiceNow, but then they could send it. The organization can configure like whether they want to allow knowledge articles and the schedule to be sent, or just one of them. There would be verifications done to make sure it is a valid or a known SMS and email. And then, admins can also configure how the information is surfaced up via SMS or email. So this is a cool feature as well, which allows the deskless workers to continue with their work and actually review whatever they need to review offline. The SMS part of it requires a Twilio integration. So that's how most of our SMS-based functionalities are based on Twilio. So just wanted to call that out. All right. We'll take a look at the Q&A while Smriti will just walk you through the demo for the kiosk experience. Over to you, Smriti.
Thank you so much, Pooja. Hi, everyone. A very warm welcome. This is Smriti Gupta, Outbound Product Manager with Unified Employee Experience team. Happy to be hosting you all today and super excited to see the engagement in the Q&A panel. Please keep those questions coming. Let me just share my screen. So with the backdrop that Pooja has just said so seamlessly, let's begin with the demo. Pooja, I hope all good with the screen share.
Yes.
Awesome. So just like Pooja has mentioned, many organizations across various industries, including manufacturing, healthcare, or retail, struggle to provide a seamless employee experience for their deskless workforce. And these workers, often the backbone of a company's operations, face challenges due to the mobile nature of their work and rely on either supervisors or HR to kind of manage their work schedule or access essential information. A user friendly kiosk system can bridge this gap and act as a one stop shop for these deskless workers, enabling them to kind of self serve and take control of their work experience. So let us consider a scenario where James, a machine technician with one of the manufacturing firm, is a deskless worker. Unlike office employees, his job requires him to be on the move, fixing machines and ensuring smooth operations on the factory floor. Whether James uses a kiosk terminal or the mobile app, the kiosk portal enables a simplified homepage optimized for touch interactions. The kiosk homepage, unlike the EC portal homepage, is not too dense with information, as you can see, and prioritizes what matters most to James. He can view important company announcements upfront or directly access features like time of balance, shift schedules, and so on. Please be mindful that this demo instance displays art of the possible and may not necessarily highlight out of the box functionalities, and I'll call these out wherever required. So as soon as he logs in, he can see his upcoming shift schedule, his current leave balance, and any of the company event information, and all the quick links that he uses most often frequently. The communication banner on the top displays important company communications. It could be any of the FYIs, such as upcoming holiday or events, or even any of the actionable communications, such as review your health and safety benefits, right? So, the kiosk portal has a pre-built out-of-the-box integration with Kronos, which is a workforce management system. And James could view his upcoming shift schedule from the homepage or dive deeper for the work schedule for the day, for the week, or for the month, including holidays, time offs, and transfer shifts, shift swaps, and everything. He can email the schedule to himself for later reference as well. Moving back, as a shop floor worker, James could even request his shift to be swapped with any of his co-workers. However, please note that the swap shift feature is not available out of the box. It is a custom use case created for the purpose of this demo. The time off widget here eliminates the need for manual data entry and ensures employees have access to the most up-to-date information about their paid time off. It seamlessly pulls PTO information directly from Kronos as well. You could, however, build custom integrations with other existing HR systems like Workday, SAP, Oracle, or UKG to display this information. This is again to address one of the questions from the Q&A panel. James can see his time of balance as of any of the calendar period, or even request time off. Again, requesting time off is not available out of the box. It is a custom use case developed for the purpose of this demo. Then we have the get support widget on the right hand side. Here, which gives James easy access to important self-service content such as ask HR question or report health and safety incident. So, and we have other items as well, such as report sick leave or my PTO balance and so on. Again, organizations could configure to add any of the quick link here that they believe could actually help with the self-service content. So Ask HR Question is an out-of-the-box catalog item that allows employees to submit queries or seek assistance from the HR department. Then we have the report a health and safety incident, which is again a catalog item available via health and safety incident management plugin that allows employees to report any of the health and safety incidents or concerns. For example, as Abel, a floor technician, was working, his foot actually slipped on a patch of some water that was there on the floor. And he fell and sprained his leg. He was then taken to the hospital. James, upon seeing this incident, he immediately submitted a health and safety ticket as a witness at the kiosk located on the floor. So he marked the category as emergency and marked the incident as floor prone to slip, right? And the people involved as able, and he can just go on and submit this incident for the concerned people to have a review and close this request or take action on this request. So this is aimed to prevent any other employees from slipping. And this flow only works only if you have the health and safety incident management plugin installed. Then the request that James just raised, along with all the other requests, it's accessible either through the homepage My Request widget or from the top menu of My Request that directs to the request page. This is just replicating the behavior just like the Employee Center portal. And James can also mark his frequently used content as favorite and directly access them on the homepage via the favorites widget here. He can also provide his feedback easily on the kiosk experience using the experience feedback drawer widget on the homepage. So any of the content that he feels is available, or any of the experience that he believes is super awesome for his use case, he can provide all this feedback here. Now, coming to the browse help content, we have also enabled the unified taxonomy for the kiosk experience. So here's a new simplified taxonomy structure available out of the box that is intended to only have targeted topics available via the browse help content widget here on the homepage. Suppose James is looking for help content around benefits. He can simply click on this topic to be directed to a very simplified topic page experience for benefits. And this simplified topic page template is focused on providing an efficient, small screen and touch-friendly interface that displays subtopics here and support resources for this topic. So James can see all the KB articles and catalog items related to benefits here, and mark his feedback in case any of the link is broken, or some resources he believes are missing. So James can just go on any of the knowledge articles and have a look at this knowledge article, read it, and also email it to himself for later reference. I don't have the Twilio integration enabled for this instance. Otherwise, I would have seen an email to SMS to myself button here as well. So I can either send this email for later reference to my email ID or to my number as an SMS. Then we have also, going back to the topic page experience, we have also enabled the guided self-service experience for the Employee Center Pro Kiosk, which provides a visual question and answer based self-service experience for complex topics such as benefits. Suppose James is looking for additional information around his 401k benefits. He can simply navigate to Let Us Guide You widget here and click on this Know Your Benefits guided topic. And he will be guided by a series of question and answers to the right catalog item. So for example, he's looking to kind of check his existing benefits, or he has some query regarding his 401k benefits. He can simply click on that 401k plan and be directed to the relevant catalog item. Then fill out the details on this catalog item and simply submit his request. So this saves James some precious time and efforts, since he doesn't have to dig through tons of resources around this topic. Let's move on to the backend admin experience for the kiosk portal. There's not much surprises here. So the admin experience is pretty much the same, just that we have two portals here now. The Employee Center portal that we already had, and the Employee Center Pro Kiosk. These are the two different portals that we have, each with its own URL, themes, menu, etc. And you can kind of change the theming or anything that you would like for your portal here. Uh, Change the URL suffix or login pages, or you can see the kiosk has a separate kiosk menu here. It has its own separate theming here, right? Then you can map your knowledge bases, your catalog bases here, and you can kind of tag your own taxonomy here. So employee kiosk has its own taxonomy structure, like I've just mentioned. So this activated taxonomy structure has simplified topics available out of the box, like human resources and workplace services. You could configure it for your organization here to add more resources or topics. And then the final part is guided self-service. So you can navigate to guided self-service table here, and This is where you can manage all your guided topics. You could define out of the box, we have two topics available. One is time of request and one is know your benefits. If you would like to add any of the new guided topics, you can kind of define your own new topic here by clicking new. Or if you would like to manage any of the existing topics, you can just click here, manage who is this topic available for, who is it not available for, and assign this guided topic to any of the available taxonomy topic pages, right? So then you could also go ahead and build the whole process in Process Automation Designer. You could change what resources are available with what flow. You could define additional if else loops here, change the complete structure, and kind of go on to add additional catalog resources or knowledge articles here. So this is how all the triggers and all the decision trees and everything catalog items have been defined here. So that's all for this demo. Anything, Pooja, that you would like me to focus more on, or any of the questions that you would like to address from the Q&A panel?
Yep, if you would just go on the homepage, one thing that I do want to clarify for folks is that yes, this is a new portal that we have launched. So now you have, as you think about your workflows, multiple different experiences that you can offer. One is the full portal experience, which is the Employee Center or Employee Center Pro. This is designed for those who are requiring services for many different departments, and are sitting on a desk and would benefit from a rich experience like that we have on Employee Center. The mobile experience is right now tied with our Employee Center experience, because typically those who are using a corporate app are those who are willing to spend that much time on the portal and consume the rich experiences that are there. Kiosk is a yet another portal that we have built on the service portal tech stack. So it's different from the Employee Center portal, but it is designed for those who are time constrained, working out of a shared device, or are accessing this via mobile app and are only focused on specific use cases. Now, out of the box, we have designed the kiosk to focus on HR use cases and health and safety. Because if you would think about manufacturing, even retail employees, these are the use cases that are most relevant for them. But since this is built on Service Portal, and is tied with every all other workflows that you have built on that instance, you could enable, like let's say you have legal services that you want to offer on this portal. Let's say you want to give your workers the ability to raise a legal concern for whatever they have, how they have been treated or whatever. You can make those available as part of this. So out of box is what you're seeing that we have built, but this is extendable as any of our other portals to activate additional different experiences. Now, there are people asking whether we can have separate kiosk for like different kinds of employees. Um, it would depend on if your use cases are completely different and you think, our integrations are different, everything is different, maybe. But we recommend, like, you have a kiosk experience, you have a portal, like minimizing the number of portals or experiences that you are building is also important for you to scale as an organization. Um, what else? Yeah. So another question that people were asking about is how is this different from a mobile experience? So like I said, the mobile experience is a mobile native experience. That is essentially an app that you are downloading on your phone. This is an alternative to that. So if you're dealing with an organization where the employees are hesitant to download a mobile app on their phone and you're not seeing adoption, this is the channel that they can, it's just a URL that they would open on their mobile browser if they're accessing it via their phone. this is the option that they would have. If they're not carrying a mobile device in their workplace, this would be an option because this would be something that could be open on a shared device. Another common question which I've heard people ask is, what about it's a shared device? What kind of time off options does ServiceNow have? So ServiceNow does have the ability to configure how much like time off you want. So you want it to be after 30 seconds of an activity or 15 seconds of an activity. You could configure that. One caveat with that is that that setting currently, as far as I know, is common across different. So I believe it's not going to be different for kiosk, but you do have that option to define what your time off settings are for kiosk experiences. Um, yeah, we are looking for organizations who are interested in deploying this. So we do have, um, let me just bring up my slides again. Okay. So we are interested in knowing if you would like to deploy this. So we don't have a poll that we are posting on the screen right now, but you can just put it on your chat if you're interested in deploying, and we would love to handhold and help you out. We are also running a series of office hours. Our next session is on October 10th. So if you're interested in learning more, diving deeper on some of the capabilities that you heard about today, it's an open forum Q&A. It's not a presentation, so that would be a good place for you to ask your questions. All right. We'll keep taking questions and answering them, but I just wanted to make sure people are aware of our events that are upcoming. We have a roadmap webinar coming next week. We also have an Employee Center Deployment Office Hour. In the Employee Center Deployment Office Hour, we will be diving deep into the self-service experience. So if you're interested in that, want to learn more, what plugins are needed, or how do you configure it, we will be walking you through it in the office hours. And then, of course, we have our show and tell event. We have a really cool organization presenting their journey with Employee Center on October 8th. And then we also have the Employee Center Communications Capabilities Office Hour on October 3rd. If you have any questions around whatever you heard today, you can reach out to us at uex.product.events@servicenow.com. So you would see that email at the bottom of this slide. All right, let's just take a look if there are any additional questions in the chat. Yeah. So one more thing, when we were demoing, we did say that, the ability to request a shift swap or request time off is currently just demo data and it's not out of box. It is in our roadmap though to build this both these capabilities with the Kronos integration. So if you are looking to have an integration with Kronos, we are going to extend our out-of-box integration and make that both the time off request and request shift swap available as of the out-of-box integration. All right. Anything else that we should pick up, Smriti or others on the team?
I think we are good for now, Pooja.
Okay. All right. So today for a change, we will be ending a little early. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this. And I look forward to having you again on these calls next month and the others that we mentioned.